That's one live birth every 4 seconds, against one death every 11 seconds. Nigeria's population figure is on the increase. Not even emigration, or Japa as it's called these days, can slow it down. And to accommodate the increase, we reclaim the ocean to build new cities. Some parts of the biodiversity hotspots have been cleared for a superhighway, while many are farming and building on wetlands. All these spell doom to many across the country.
When the roots are not there, and the grass are not there, and the forest cover is not there, then the water will run faster. And the faster they run, they pick the particles. The particle is seeped into the sea or into the river. That reduces the space available for the volume of water. They run out of the available space and they begin to cause havoc.
And the havoc is not limited to floods. More people means more carbon dioxide which we breathe out, but less trees to take them in. We need more cooling system, which also increases the temperature. Meanwhile, poor electricity supply is a major problem here in the country. The use of fossil fuels for power generation, industry, polluting transport, and urban waste generation, which is expected to hit 161.27 million tons annually by 2025, are major sources of air pollutant, black carbon, and carbon dioxide. All these mean bad news for our health, with increases in cardiovascular and respiratory illnesses. What's more, around 60% of infectious diseases we have today are estimated to have an animal origin. 70% of these originated in wildlife, as opposed to domesticated animals. The more the natural habitats are destroyed for development, the more we are told we will have cases of Lassa fever, monkeypox, and even COVID.
Government, we have to keep on. You know, the more we message, the more awareness, and of course, we have to lead by example. So when we build, we have to build low-carbon buildings. We have to put mass transit transportation systems in place, movement in buses, in trains, on water. We have to make sure that the vehicles are fuel efficient. We need to transit to electric vehicles. We need to talk about planting trees, and we need to talk about environmental protection. You know, we need to talk about disease surveillance and educating our children in school to make sure that they understand these fundamental principles.
The National Population Commission says environment is one of the major issues it will cover in this year's census to ensure better planning.
We want to be able to, one, contribute to carbon credit for Nigeria. That's why we're conducting a digital census. Digital census means we're not using so much of papers. You know, the use of paper means cutting a lot of trees. So we're saving the country and the world a number of so many trees that would have adversely affected the environment. And secondly, we should be able to ask questions about the environment so that we can gather the data that we can use for the purpose of planning for our development. The authorities in charge of climate change should be able to get data from us to be able to plan mitigation and adaptation.
With its population size, Nigeria spends very little on its citizens. Many even argue that the country is spending money that it does not have by borrowing. Adaptation and mitigation plans have not yielded much, while environmental degradation is not slowing down. Droughts, desertification, floods are killing, destroying livelihoods and fueling conflicts among different groups across the country. Environmentalists believe that nature will take care of itself, but one that it is time Nigerians started having the number of children that nature will permit them to nurture. Ayola Kasim, Channels Television News.